Urashima Taro. Once upon a time, there lived a young man named Urashima Taro in a village near the sea. Taro worked as a fisherman. Day in and day out, Taro went out to sea in his rowing boat to catch fish in order to make a living. Depending on the weather, the catch could be poor on some days, but when the weather was fine, he was able to catch a basket full of fish. Taro would sell the fish he caught to make a scanty living. But one day, when Taro went to sea, he could not catch a single fish. "How strange, with the weather as fine as this." Taro gave up early and returned to shore. There he found the village children gathered in a circle, making a lot of noise. Wondering what was going on, he looked more closely. He saw that the children were tormenting a baby turtle. The baby turtle was exhausted by the children's torment. "Hey, you kids! You mustn't be mean to a small turtle like this." Taro felt sorry for the baby turtle and scolded the children. He decided to take the baby turtle home to nurse it. With Taro's nursing, the baby turtle was fine the next day. Taro took the baby turtle to the shore on his way to sea and freed it into the sea. The baby turtle started to swim happily and after a while disappeared into the sea. Several days passed. Taro was out on his boat fishing as usual when he heard a voice from somewhere. "Taro, Mr. Urashima Taro." Taro thought it strange to hear a voice in the middle of the sea, but again he heard the voice calling him. The voice seemed to be coming from the sea. When Taro leaned out of his boat to gaze at the surface of the sea, he saw a large sea turtle there. "Taro, Mr. Urashima Taro." The large turtle was calling Taro's name. Taro was very surprised, but listened to what the sea turtle had to say. "I am a messenger from the Dragon King of the sea. The baby turtle you saved was from the palace of the sea dragon. I have been ordered to bring you to the palace of the sea dragon to repay you for your kindness. Please, get on my back." "Palace of the sea dragon?" "It is a very, very beautiful place." Taro did as he was asked and got on the turtle's back. Splash! The turtle with Taro on its back splashed into the sea and began to dive. With the large turtle diving into the sea, Taro frantically tried to put his head above the water to breathe. But he sank into the sea, pulled along by the large turtle. Taro sank deeper and deeper into the sea, with the large turtle pulling him by his clothes. Taro had been holding his breath, but he soon realized that he was not drowning. Taro was relieved and decided to enjoy the underwater ride on the large turtle's back. The world in the sea was very beautiful. A large school of squid swam past Taro. Next, a large whale as big as a mountain came to greet Taro. Taro stared in wonder at the beautiful scenery. The large turtle dived deeper and deeper into the sea. As the turtle swam among the rocks, guided by the dim light of an angler, Taro and the turtle suddenly arrived in a place that was open and well lit. That is the palace of the sea dragon. There was a line of beautiful buildings displayed in front of Taro. They were colorful buildings, constructed on rocks on the seabed. When the large turtle entered a building with Taro on its back, a beautiful princess greeted them. Welcome to the palace of the sea dragon. My name is Otohime. Taro was astounded at the beauty of the princess who appeared in front of him. I am the turtle you saved the other day. I wanted to see the world above and changed myself into a turtle. That turtle was this beautiful princess? Taro was again astounded. Please, come this way. My father wishes to thank you in person. So saying, Otohime showed Taro into a grand hall. There in the hall was a dragon king. Half the body of the dragon king was the body of a fish. Taro, sir, I thank you for saving my daughter, Otohime. Please, enjoy yourself here as long as you please. The turtle Taro had saved was none other than the daughter of the dragon king, the lord of this palace. Taro was treated handsomely in gratitude for helping Otohime. Banquets continued day in and day out. Delicious food, beautiful ladies in waiting surrounding him. Every day was more than enjoyable. And in the evenings, Taro slept on blankets that were softer than any he had known before. Every day passed as if in a dream. This is a room where one forgets time. Taro was shown into a certain room by Otohime. One can spend almost one enjoyable year in this room in a short time. But if this room is used too much, the damage cannot be undone, so please be careful. Taro was baffled as he entered the room. The room was certainly something he had never seen before. Looking out from the 4 windows, one could see various scenes from spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Cherry blossoms covering the mountains and fields. A round moon floating in the night sky. A cold-looking frozen sea and fish jumping at the sea surface. Urashima Taro went again and again to the room of time. But as enjoyable as the palace of the sea dragon was, eventually Taro began to want to return home. He remembered the village by the shore. He remembered his friends who lived in the village. The next day, Taro confessed to Otohime of his desire to return to his village. Please, don't say that. Let's live here in joy. Otohime was overcome with sadness. But however much Otohime tried to stop Taro from leaving, Taro's mind was made up. Otohime produced a small treasure box and said, Then it can't be helped. Keep this as a momentum, and you will be able to come to the palace of the sea dragon again. But never, never open this lid in your world. Never! Taro stared at the treasure box Otohime gave him, wondering what it was. Goodbye, then. Urashima Taro got on the large turtle's back as he had when he came, and left the palace of the sea dragon. Swimming in the ocean, Taro and the turtle eventually returned to the surface and saw the sun. Taro, who was brought to the surface of the sea by the turtle, rowed his boat and returned to the shore near the village where he was born. Taro rushed to his home. But where his home had been, there was a field with a large tree and overgrown weeds everywhere. Looking closely, the village scene was also different. The people who lived there were people he did not know. He had been gone just for a short while, but the village had changed completely. Even his house was now gone. Taro did not know what was going on and became flustered. "Young man, is anything the matter?" An old man spoke to Taro, who was standing there not knowing what to do. Taro asked about the house where he had lived. But the old man said that there once was an old deserted house, and even that was long ago. Taro at last understood what was going on. While he was at the palace of the sea dragon, decades or even centuries had passed on the surface. Not knowing what to do, Taro opened the treasure box that Otohime had made him promise never to open. Instantly, Taro's hair was gone, and he changed into an old man with a bent back. Urashima Taro, who had no place in the palace of the sea dragon or here in this village, disappeared after this. Some say he turned into a crane and flew off somewhere. But that's also an old story. The end.